So we have learned how to group the RISC 5 instructions into formats, right? Then we have learned, and then we have also learned how to design each component of the CPU, right? So now we are going to combine the instruction format and then those. Why are you laughing? So now what we are going to do is that we are going to use the instructions we've learned so far, right? And then we are going to use the individual components, combine them to design the CPU, then test it in simulation. We can't do the board test now because that will take time. So we will only do simulations, right? To see whether our design is working. Right? So we are designing a simple single cycle CPU from the scratch. That's what we are doing right now. Right? And then these are the components we are going to use. And then we have learned how to use or learn how to design each component here. We know how they work, we know what they are for. The memory, register file, ALU, the PC, we know the PC, we know the extent, right? We know each and every component here, what it's used for and what it does. So we now have to now see how in case we load some kind of instructions into the memory, we have to test it, and we're going to use a high level a hardware description language, right? Verilog to design everything here. Then they see how it works, right? So we have to select some instructions. So we can do all the instructions. There are about, for the basic instructions, there are about 48 of them. And then we have floating points and stuff like that. That will add to about almost 100. But of course, it's a CPU, right? So it has to have some number of instructions. And then this is just the RISC. This for RISC. RISC, the instructions are fewer. So this one has about let's say 100 instructions. If it was just like, it would have been like 10,000 instructions or something, right? So now we are selecting. So we are going to select instructions that can cover everything. So we will select memory reference instructions that deal with memory. So here we have, you guys know those kind of instructions, right? That deal with memory. We have we have memory reference, and then we will select two of them. We have the SD and then the LD. You guys know what this is? What is it? Huh? Store what? What is SD? What is LD? So now that should give you the kind of CPU we are dealing with. It means that we are dealing with RP64. But we are loading double word. Double word is what? 64 bits. So we are dealing with CPU that instruction that has register file has registers that has a width of what? 64 bits. That's what we are dealing with now. It's the same thing. So that is for memory reference, and then we are also going to deal with instructions that deal with arithmetic and logic, and then those ones are add, subtract, or subtract, and all. Right, so it means that four of them. Then we are going to deal with branching the conditions, right? As I said, the kind of if-else kind of statement in C, right? So for the conditional, instructions, we are dealing with BAQ. You know what BAQ is? branch if equal, right? So that's what we are going to be dealing with. Now we are not dealing with the rest because all of these three formats can be used for any of them. So for your missing, I'm going to show you how to deal with this one, two, three, four, five, these instructions, right? And then you're on your own. So it means that you can do as much as you want. The more instructions you add to your CPU, the more marks you get. Now you can also you can also decide to do what I just did. Only the 7 instructions, then get about, let's say, one third of the marks, right? So if you add more instructions, you get more marks. Understood? Now we know all these things already. How instruction flow from the instruction memory to the registers to the what data memory and all of that, right? We know that already, right? Right. So now to actually implement our CPU, this is how it's going to look like. The diagram below is what the CPU looks like, right? Now this one deals with the data path, only the data path, right? Because as I said the last time, the data path deals with information flow from one component to another, right? So as you can see, we have the PC there, right? Uh, the PC points to the address in location, and then that address is read, right? The PC points to the address in the what instruction memory, right? And then from that address, we will read some kind of instructions, right? Those instructions will be decoded. We know that already, and then it will be sent. If we are going to read from register, it will be read, and then it will be sent to the what ALU, right? After that, we write back, or we can read some address in data memories or store some data in a data memory. This is the information flow in the CPU. So this one only deals with the data path. You see that there's no control, right? As I said, we have data path and what the control signals, right? But here there are no control signals. This deals with only the data path, right? So now, if you see a diagram like this, right, and then in case you have learned hardware, in case you have learned hardware small, you will see that there's an issue with this diagram, right? How information flows from one end to another, and then you can see that there's clearly an issue or some issues with this diagram. So who can point out any issue with the diagram? Just at least you have learned some small hardware, so right, you have learned hardware small. So if you look at this diagram, can you see any issue? Or no issue at all? Then let's continue. No issue. No issue. Now, observe something here. Let's check this point here. Right. Now, information or data flows from the PC here to here, right? Data also flows from here to here. How is that possible? That so means that here there's an issue here, right? There's also an issue over here, right? Or there are no issues. If you in case you actually design a thing like this, there will be an issue here, right? Contention, because there is information flow from one end to another, from here to the end of here. So which one will actually go here? So how can we solve this issue? You have learned some hardware components. You can use some hardware components or circuits to solve the issue here. And then probably here. So here. Huh? You use the mouse. Ah, yeah, that's it actually. And I thought you said mouse. So it means that all you have to do is connect a multiplexer here, right? The multiplexer looks like something like this, right? So you connect one of these ones to one of the inputs, and then this one Jalani here to another input, and then you give the output. But you must make sure that you have a select signal so that it will select between this or this. That's how you solve those kind of issues. Good. So you see that, so here we have actually connected the boxes here. Right here, then here, and probably here. Right, and now we have added some kind of control. What does the control signals do? In hardware, I said we have data path and then we have control units, control signals, right? What do they do?
Say the data is the file.
The what?
You said the data.
The control signals.
Yeah,
What do they do?
the control mostly it works with a select. It shows let's say I work with the mouse, the one that selects the data that should flow through the mouse, and whether it should be the first one or the second one, the one that selects is controlling the actions of the data that's flowing, and the data one is actually the path on which the data is actually flowing.
Right. Understood. You know how you know what the control does. So now you see that here you have added some kind of control here, and then the control signals are in blue, right? So now you can see that we have some kind of control signals like the red right. This is the data path of the register file, right? But we need to be able to, in case we are writing to it, we need some signal, right? We need to activate the signal before we can write to it. Right? So that is just one form of the control. We also have controls for data memory, and then memory write. To write memory to the data memory, we must activate this. To write data to you, we must activate this one, mem write. Right? Make mem write 1. Then we now write our data to you. To read data from the memory, we must activate this one too. If I say activate, just make it 1. If it's 0, it means that it is deactivated, right? If it's 1, it's activated, right? So if you put a 1, if you make this memory 1 here, you can read from it. Understood? And then we also have the ALU operation here. That was select. You know that the ALU performs so many operations. It depends on what you have kept there. So some can perform and or X or whatever. So we need a way of selecting which operation to perform, right? So we need some kind of control, which is the ALU operation here, right? Understood? So here we have our control and we have our data path all combined. So that's what you guys are going to be designing. Yeah. Yeah, you come there. Probably. Alright, so now let's now go through the data path. As I said, the data path consists of some parts consists of the instruction memory. You guys know what it does. Let me start from here and see whether to just refresh your memory. Chairman. So what does the instruction memory do? That's simple as that. PC, next question. What does the PC do? What does it do? Please hurry up. This things, and I'm going through is, what does the PC do? What? What does the PC do? Okay, next. Hurry up. Ah, who is next to you? Yeah, you're going around. Master, hurry up. Yeah, okay. It's a register that points to the next address in the instruction memory, right? What does an add do in the next? What does an add do? This gets an add, so what does it do here? What does the add do? Yeah, I can't hear you. This is not an ALU. Look at it very well. It is not an ALU. It's just add. Yeah, yeah. It's as simple as that. These are just simple stuff, right? So now it means that we are going to combine this thread into one, right? Then what are we trying to achieve? We always said that the PC is a register that points to the next address in our memory, right? Then every clock cycle, the PC increments by 4, right? So how are we going to combine this adder here? This is just an adder. It's not a zero. It's just an adder. The PC and then the what? Instruction memory to perform the action. So all we are doing is that we want the PC to point to the address, right? And then we want to increment the PC by 4, right? Yeah.
So we connect the program counter to the instruction memory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then the line connecting the program counter to the instruction memory is jump to the adder. Then the result is passed back to the program counter.
Yeah. So yeah, you just connect the output of this one to the address here, right? And plus 4 here, just put some 4 here, something like that, right? And wait up. So it will be C plus 4 is equal to so it will look back to the PC again. Right, so this is how it is done. So the PC is connected to one of the inputs of the other. We have the 4 here. It will depend on yourself. And then we have the add here. So the add will perform the PC plus 4, then store it back to the PC. And that will be given to the read address. Right? So every time, or depending on what you've done, if in case you say always at the positive edge of the clock, the PC plus 4. So it will increment the PC plus 4 all the time, and then it will be given to the instruction memory. Understood? So we have performed, or we have done, we have actually accomplished one aim. We have been able to increment the PC and point it to an address in memory. Right? Our next are the register file. This thing and I've explained. So what is this? What is the number of bits here? At the right data port. So this is the right data port, right? So what is the number of bits here? We are doing RV64, right? So what is the right data? The number of bits for the right data. Yeah. Hey. The right data is the port that you do. You know that we connect the output of the register file to where? Where does the output of the register file go? The ALU, right? So it means that we need to be able to write to it. So how many bits? Oh, okay, in the first place, how many registers are in this file? Huh?
32 registers. 32.
64 or 32?
32. 32.
So 32 registers. Pardon? We are doing RB 64. How many registers are there? 32. From 0 to what? What is the bit 64? Understood. So what is the data right here? How many bits?
5 bits.
64.
Yes, 60.
6.
Why?
Because
Why is it?
5 is
Power
5
6.
is 64.
64 is 64.
Yes, 6 bits.
Yeah, 64. 64.
Fine.
Yes. But wait to read. You can read.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So, but to read the rate, you have 64 bits. So we can use 6 bits to address each of the.
How many times right? How many times do I have to explain this one? The register file, right? Works like this. We have within it, as we said, we have 0 to 31 of them, right? The width is what? 64. Now, to write to it, to write to this register file, we need an address, right? Address. That address will address each location. So how many bits is the address? 5 bits. Now we need to write to it. We need the data to write to each location. How many bits will be that data? 64. Because each location is 64. To read also, we have 2 reach ports. Always we have 2 reach ports. Each of them is 64 bits, 64 bits.
So, but to read is to read not to point to where you want to read from.
Pardon?
If you want to read it, you have to point to where you want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
read.
So there's an address also for the 2 ports. You need an address also.
So why does 64 bits?
What is 64 bits?
They actually read.
That is the port the data is coming out of. Just like to write to it, we need 64 bits of data to write to each location. Now to read again, you are reading from this location, 64 bits. So you read, these are connected to the output ports.
So wait, you have 2 reports, right? And if I think in the register, you can read from 2
Locations at the time, yeah.
Yeah. So reading is like you are pointing to the address where you want to read from. Let's say data is in register 1. You want to read from register 1.
Yeah.
So you have to point to register 1.
Yeah, so that's why you need the read address 1, read address 1, and read address 2.
Okay.
Right? Read address 1, read address 2, or which is 5 bits. So you give it read address 1, read address 2, and then you should read from the 64 bits and assign it to the port, and assign it to the output port. Right? Okay, so now next, our next one is our ALU. As you guys know already, and then as I said, for the ALU, we need some kind of control to be able to control the ALU, and then which operation the ALU will perform, right? And then that control is 4 bits. You will see why it's 4 bits shortly. But now there's what is the way for the inputs? What is the way? This is 4 bits, 4 bits. What is the output equation? 64, right? So it performs this is the 4-bit operation, right? Now a very important signal to is here, 0. 0 is just 1 bit, right? What does it do? Who knows what the 0 signal here do? Why are you laughing? Yeah, it's just 1 bit. So what does it do? And then it's an output from the ALU. Eh? What?
I said bound.
Massa. Anybody? So
I said I went to the AOU have one output.
yeah, the ALU resolves 64 bits, but it can also have some control, some kind of signals to tell what the ALU resource is.
Signal to tell what the ALU is.
Yeah, so what it does is that sometimes you need to know whether the resource produced by the ALU is a zero or not, right? So it will check if the resource is zero. If the resource is zero, it will be one, right? It will give a one. So it means that if you do any calculations and then you see a one at the output of the zero signal, it means that the resource of the ALU is a what?
Zero.
A zero. If it is not a zero, then it's just zero. The signal will just output a zero, right? So it is checking if the resource is a zero or not. Understood?
So
And
what
then
does that
it's a very,
mean?
very important signal, eh?
What does it mean?
Yeah, so you will get to know why it's important.
So if it checks if it is zero, then what will happen?
Yeah, so you will now you will use it for whatever you want, right? For instance, in case you are doing the branching, the BEQ, right? If you are doing the BEQ, the BEQ is like some kind of if else statement, right? So it will compare the contents of two. It does what it does is so it's BEQ x1, x2, and then some x1, x2, and then some constant, right? Let's say 10. So what we do is if it's like in C, if you write if x1 is equivalent to x2, right, then you jump to some location. The PC is equals to PC plus 10. Else PC is equal to PC plus 4. Right? So if this condition is true, it means that we are jumping to some location in memory. If the condition is false, it means that you are doing normal operations of the PC. Just PC plus 4. Right? Understood? That's what the BEQ does. So now the BEQ is using the comparator here. X1 is equal to X2. But let's say you can use subtraction to perform this operation, right? So what do? You do x1 minus what? X2, right? If x1 is equal to if actually x1 is actually equal to x2, the result of this one will be what?
Zero.
And then that signal will go high, right? Understood? Now, if this is not equal to this, the result of this one will be what? It will be some number, and then the zero here will go low, right? So it means that we have been able to use the ALU to do the BEQ operations without a comparator. Understood? Yeah.
And so when you are trying to find a zero, any operation will be just subtraction.
Yeah. So you do like x1 minus x2, and then the zero something here will check if the result is zero or not.
So it means the ALU will be sending two instructions at the same time.
Not it's not sending instruction. It's performing an operation. Yeah.
So it can perform more than one at a time.
No. It performs only one.
So when it's done with the BEQ, that's when it does the
Subtraction. right? So now, and then we have this is the data memory. I've already talked about the data memory. And then we always say that the data memory has an address. You need an address to write to the data memory, and then you need some data to write to it. That is the right data, right? And then it has some controls, memory write and memory. You guys know what it does, right? What does the memory do? Read, yeah.
It enables the read to generate some of the
Now our next component is the immediate generator. What does it do? I think I've talked about this already.
oh
I've talked about it in the last one. I said that what is extended 2 bit to 64 bit. Anybody else? What does it do? The immediate generator. I mean, the immediate generator is for adding. It's like add I or right? X1 plus 10 is equals to X2. So the 10 is the immediate, right? So you are extending that 10 to 64 bits. But here it's taking 32 bits, which is the entire instruction, right? So it is not extending the entire 32 bit. The entire 32 bit is the entire instruction. So it goes through that 32 bit and find the immediate field. The immediate field is what, 12 bit or something like that. So you take that 12 bit and extend that 12 bit to 64 bit. Understood? Shall I continue?
So then the immediate is equal for the registers.
The immediate is equal.
You know that in just the immediate of 12 bits so it is equal for all the registers.
I don't understand.
When we are in the final diagram, 12 bits outside.
Yeah, it depended on the instruction format also. Yeah, I think one was in case you are doing load up immediate. You guys remember load up immediate, right? It was 20 bits. It depends on the instruction. That's why it's taking the whole 32 bits. So it will take the 32 bit and then it will go through. Is the instruction LUI or ADI? Then it knows that if it is LUI, it's 20 bits. So extend that 20 bits to 64 bits. It goes through. If it is ADI, it knows that it's 12 bits. Then extend that 12 bits to 32 bits. Understood?
So I think we was trying to ask that in the 32 bits, the number of bits for the immediate is it different from in a 64 bits, the number of bits for immediate? That's what
No. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. Yeah. Shall I continue?
so the immediate is a constant.
Yeah, you're constant. Yeah. Shall I continue? Do you guys understand? Okay, so the next is how do we actually branch, right? The BEQ, as I think, and I've already explained, the BEQ. How do we actually use the components of the CPU to do a branch instruction? As I said, in a branch instruction, the branch instruction is just an if-else statement. Compare one register to another, and then if they are equal, you branch to some location in memory, right? So it will be PC plus some constant, right? If they are not equal, then it will do normal PC operation, PC plus 4. Understood? So this is how the branching does. And then I said that the branch, we are going to use the ALU to do the calculation. The X1, the branching just looks like this. DQ, X1, X2, then probably some constant. Masa. Masa, are we done? So you are not comfortable, right? Under the fan by, and I'm in this hot.
You know the job.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now this is what we use for the branching, right? So who can explain how it does it in your own words? These are the components used for branching. So what happens from the start to the end? Who can explain? For branching, just like something like if you have something like b equal x1. So now let's say we have something like b equal x1, x2, x10 in our instruction memory, and then we have read that instruction. We have read this b equal x1, x2, x10. What happens next? I think, and I actually gave some animation on all of this, right? From the instruction memory, it will break it down and give this component to this component, and right. So just go back to that one. Just remember that one. Eh,
The question again.
The question
The,
is
how it will
explain
read,
the
the,
B
the
equal
how it will
X1
read.
X10. Explain
we have this something like b equal x1, x2, then 10. 10 is just a constant. So how does it do it? Using this data path and uses that can controls also. So
Yeah, it's the first read from the instruction.
yeah, of course, it has done already. It has decoded everything. Yeah.
He said it is subtracting, even if subtracting.
Just pay attention.
He said because they want to do the comparison, they are subtracting. When you subtract n to 0, it means that both things you subtracted were equal. So we will do the normal multiplication. But if we subtracted there is a value, we will do the operation that was finished by the AOE. How could we?
Got anybody else explain? So now, yeah.
if the register 1 and register 2, that's the X1 and X2, right?
Yeah.
So if they are read, so how would they be moving? Like they will be moving together to the IMM.
What will move it to the IM?
The value in the register 1 and register 2.
No. Pay attention. Is
That's
there
that's the
is there any value in the IM in the immediate? The immediate does not take registers. Okay.
So the instruction is BQ X1, X2, X10. So X1 goes to register 1,
Okay.
and X2 goes to register
So it means that we have registers here, right? It will actually decode it and then give x1 here, x1 will be read here, x2 will be read here. This is the area. So x1 is read here, x2 is read here. Right? Then see there's an immediate here. So the 10 will pass. The 10 is from the instructions directly because we have DAQ x1, x2, 10, right? Master. So the 10 will come here, it will be extended. And then it will go do forget about it, right? Then it will go here, right? So it will do the subtraction, and then based on that subtraction, the zero signal here will be a 1 or a 0, right? Understood? Do you understand? So now, what it does is that after it has done after it has done x1 minus x2 here, this zero signal will indicate whether we are actually branching or not. Right? So if the zero signal is 1, it means that both x1 and x2 are the same. Right? So it means that it will go and do BC, you see that the BC is the BC plus the immediate value. Right? Now, if it's a 0, it will do the BC plus 4. It's as simple as that. What? And I just explained it, so. Do you understand? Okay, no. Forget about the shifts right now.
So yeah, I think the shift is the PC plus 10. So the program functions are the
I said forget about the shift. The shift, in case I need to explain the shift, and it'll take about 10 hours. Okay. But you guys understand how it does it? Do we understand?
Yes.
Listen again. We have B equal x1, x2, 10, right? And then I said that what we are doing is that we are using the ALU to do subtraction. And if the subtraction results in a zero, it means that we can actually branch. Like if x1 is equal to x2, PC is equal to PC plus the 10 here, right? Else we do PC plus 4, right? Do we understand? So the instructions will be read first. Like you know x1, x2. X1, x2 will be read. So that okay. I mean, they said you guys have a program with the dean, so let's do it quickly, then you guys can. Now, let me finish. Keep back, keep back. You guys are now even annoying. Okay, so now, as I said, this is the BAQ. It will read the two registers x1, x2, subtract. If the result is a 0, then it will do the branching. It will do PC plus the immediate value, right? If the result is not a 0, then it will do normal PC operation, PC plus 4, right? Now, the shift over there is very, very technical. So why do we shift to the left by 1 bit, right? It's all in your, I think it's in the instruction format for the branching. If you check your instruction format, if you have that sheet, if you have that sheet. Now, if you look at the DQ, have you seen the BQ? Now look at for only the immediate field. You have a total of the instruction is a total of is 0 to 1, 31, right? Then we have immediate. We have some part of the instruction is for the immediate. Have you seen it? So we have immediate what 12 here, right? Have you seen it? And then immediate 12 and 10 is to what 5. And then the immediate flow is also in another place. Please keep quiet. The immediate flow is also in another field. Immediate what? 4 is to 1. And then immediate what? 4 is to 1. Then immediate what? 11. So this is how the immediate is arrayed in the instruction format, right? So it means that you have to actually group this immediate into immediate, let's say 0 to 12 or 0 to 11, right? So now, in case you want to group this one into the normal, like 1 to 12 or 0 to 12 or whatever, right? It will be immediate 12. Right, you actually combine immediate 12, then immediate 11, 12, 11, right? Then immediate 10 is to what? 5, right? Then immediate what? 4 is to 1. Have you seen it? So this one will give you immediate 12 is to what? Look at it carefully. So now, why do we shift by 1? Oh, what? See how, and I'll just flow you by, then you're just distracted by flow.
So we're doing concatenation. So the immediate.
Yo, what's the most? You are just trying to group this one together.
It's true. But I said the 4 is to 1 is 3. The 5 is 5. The 10 is 5. But the 11 is 2. It means
It's just one bit, it's just one. So once we do that now, listen carefully. So pay attention. You see that we have 1 is to 12. Is there a 0 here? There's no immediate 0. It's 0 field. Right? So that's why we shift to the left by 1. Right? So that it becomes something like 11 is to 0. So it means that what they've done is that they have fixed the 0 bit to 0. Understood? For the branching. they fixed the 0 bit to 0. So anytime you take an immediate like this, you shift it to the left by 1. If you shift to the left by 1, what do? You put a 0 at the last end and then shift the rest of the bit. That's why you shift to the left by 1.
So that is to change the value.
No, it's still basically the same. That's why they have done it. That's why they said you should do it. That's their instruction format. Right? Okay, so the next one is let's move on quickly. Now the next one is for the ALU control. It is very important. So how do we generate this ALU control here? Right? You know that we have to choose between which operation we are doing, and I think it's an X or add sub. Right? We are doing 4 operations with the ALU, so we need to be able to choose which one we are doing. Right? And then we use the ALU control line. As you can be seeing here, it's just 4 bits. Right? So for that 4 bits, we say that if the ALU control line is 000, we are doing an AND operation. Right? If it's 0001, we are doing a what? Or if it's 0010, we are doing an AND. And then if it's an add, if it's 0110, we are doing a what? Subtract.
We have to choose the
No. All of this is your choice. You are designing, and then this is how I've decided to design it. Right? Understood? So now, how do we generate these signals? These 00001, 000, 0010, 01, 00 and 0110, right? So now we know that we know that our instruction format is from 0 to what? 31. And then once you go through your instructions, we know that to perform an operation, we need the opcode. We need to know the opcode in order to perform addition or subtraction or some and or we need the opcode, and then we need fun 3, and then we need fun 12. Please pay attention. We need this 3, the opcode, but the opcode is not really enough because the opcode for arithmetic, they are all the same, right? So we need the fun 3 and then the fun 7 to determine the actual operation we are doing, right? Now, but the way we have designed our ALU, right? We are also using the ALU for other stuff like the BQ, right? So we need another signal. So we are going to use another signal which is known as the ALU operation, the ALU op, right? So this is a 2-bit signal. We use this 2-bit signal. We use the opcode don't really matter like that. And then we use the fun 3 and then the fun 7 to determine the actual operation of our ALU. Understood?
Yes.
So now what is the ALU op? So if the ALU op is 00, right? So I think if the ALU op is 00, we are doing an addition. But we are doing an addition. But this addition is for SD and LD. Understood? ALU up, right? If the ALU up is 00, it means that we are doing an addition all right. But this addition is not a normal addition like just adding 2 registers. It's an addition to calculate the address for our store double word and load double word. Understood? Understood? Now, if the ALU up is 01, please pay attention. If the ALU up is 01, we are doing subtraction. right? But this subtraction is for our vehicle, right? Now, if the value of is 10, if the value of is 10, that means that we are going to use the funct 7 and then the funct 3 field to determine the operation. So it basically tells you that if the value of is 10, we are doing a normal addition because the funct 7 and then the funct 3 field will tell us if we are doing normal addition or normal subtraction. Understood? You see how easy that is? Just pay attention, right? So it means that now, do you understand? What don't you understand? We are not using 1 for anything, so we don't care about 1. It's a don't care.
Is it like starting?
Huh?
Like you have to know this, or you
I said it's your choice. This is how I have decided to design my ALU, right?
redesign it.
Yeah, of course. So shall I continue? So the main thing is that we are trying to generate. Let them go. We have ALU here. We have the normal ALU, which is our what? Data path. Which is our data path. The ALU must be controlled by something, and then we have what is called the ALU operation. So that's what is controlling the ALU. It's 4 bits, right? How do we generate that 4 bits? But ALU operation here, ALU, for this one. It's 4 bits, right? So how do we select this 4 bits, or how do we choose this 4 bits? And I said that this 4 bit means that if the 4 bit, if it's 000, we are doing and 001 we are doing, or 0010 we are doing and 0110 we are doing subtract. So now, how do we generate this control, this 4 bits? And I said that we are using the funct 7, the funct 3, the opcode, and then a very special 2-bit signal known as the ALU up, right? Right? So if this ALU up, which is 2 bits, is 00, we are doing an add operation, but the add operation is for the SD and then the LD instructions. If it is 01, we are doing a subtraction, and the subtraction is for BQ. If it is 10, it means that go and check the funct 7 and then the funct 3 field, and then that will determine the operation. And then the operation is just a normal addition and then subtraction, or an O and whatever. Understood? It's easy. If you don't understand it, it's your brain cells are dead or something. With all due respect. Alright, so with all due respect, so okay, so now look at how it works. So now look at how it works. We want to generate these signals, right? These signals, and then that will go to the ALU to determine the operation, right? So this is how it does it. I said our instructions are LD load, we have load double word, store double word, BQ, and then we have and sub and all, right? Here. These are our operations, right? And then I said that now to generate these 4 bits, we need the funct 7 field, right? We need the funct 3 field, and then we need the ALU up here. Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Pay attention. Have you seen it? So, what? What's that? Your brain cells, these are ALU up is here. Funct 7, funct 3. This is what we are doing, and then this is what we are going to generate. So I said, if the ALU up is 0, 0. As I said here, we are doing an addition, but it's for SD or LD, right? So we have ALU of is 0, 0 here. It's 0, 0 here. Then operation is look. Please pay attention. The operation here is low double way, right? If the ALU of is 0, 0, we don't care about this code. So that's what you see, as I said. If you see X in data system, you don't care. You don't care about this code. We don't care about this code. We are doing an add, and then the control, the ALU control input is 0010. Simple, right? Go through the rest. If it is, in case you are doing SD, the opcode will be about 00. That will be stored double way. If it's stored double way, and then the ALU up is 00. We don't care about this code. We don't care about this code. It will be 0010. Understood? If it is 01, it means that we are doing a branch if equal, right? We don't care about this code. We don't care about this code. To subtract, it is 0110. That's how we generate them, right? If it is 10, now the 10 means that we care about this code. We care about this code. The 10 here means that go to the fund 7 and the fund 3 to determine the operation, right? So here is 10. If our fund 7 is 00000, our fund 3 is 000, then we are doing an addition, and then the ALU control is 0010, right? If it's 10, and then the fund 7 code is 0100, and then the fund 3 code is 000, we are doing subtraction, and then this is the ALU control input or whatever, right? Do you understand? You can go through it for then see how the rest of the instructions work, right? So in case you are designing your ALU control, this is what you're going to use to design it. Do you understand? Yeah.
So the ALU controlling that's the 001. Why are we going to say down?
It's fair. Yeah. It's an input to the ALU.
Okay. So addition then it is 001.
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
What do the 001 going to do about it?
It will go and select the addition we are talking about. Because the ALU performs a lot of operations. So that one you have given it will now go and tell the ALU that you are doing addition operation. If it is another code, if it is a different code altogether, it will go there and select that kind of operation to do.
I understand that it will do addition, it will do subtraction, it will do this, but the control input, I don't understand it.
Yeah, the control input is what will select, or is what will tell the ALU what exactly to do. You know that the ALU does addition, subtraction, whatever. How does it do it? It needs a kind of control. Let's say a person telling it, oh, do an addition, do a subtraction. That is the control. The 4-bit control will tell it, do an addition, do a subtraction. If not, it won't actually know what to do. But it knows that it can do a lot of operations. But what does it mean at a particular time? What is it doing?
Okay, so the 001 something simply means plus, or simply means minus.
Yeah, whatever. If you
That's how the computer understands plus.
that's how you understand it. Yeah, probably. That's how you understand. Any way to understand it on your own. Not the
I want the standard way you understand.
It doesn't matter how anybody understands it. The way you understand is how you understand it. That's what will take you. Shall I continue? Shall I continue? So we have done this. Okay, so now we know the ALU operation, the ALU of 2 bits. Now we know the FAM7, so we are going to use only the ALU of the FAM7 and then the FAM3. So this is just the form of the truth table you use for to generate your ALU operation. The those 4 bits. It's as simple as that, right? So now, as I said, I've already explained that if the value of is 0, 0, right, you don't care. So now here, this I is taken from the instruction directly, the 32-bit instruction, right? You, you know that the farm 7 field start from I31 to probably I85, right? From your sheet, from this sheet, you know that already. The farm 7 field. Have you seen it? And then your farm 3 field start from I think I12 to I14. Have you seen it? So that's what we are using here. So it means that if your area number is 0, 0, you don't care about any of this stuff. The operation is 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, right? Then the rest follows. Do we understand? Do you understand? Okay. Now this is just how the instructions we are doing. You know that we are doing 7 instructions. This is how they are encoded. We have R types. We have R type, I type. You guys know this already. You guys know this already. So now we have talked about the data path and then all of that, but we have not talked about how to generate the controls. How do we generate the controls? We know we can generate the control for the ALU operation, but how do we generate the control for memory, write, and then all the rest of the operations, right? But so now, yeah, listen carefully. So now we have connected this is the entire the entire data path plus the control with our boxes all connected. Yeah, of course, the bigger picture. So now here, if the box here, is 0, right, it means that we are selecting from the PC plus 4. Have you seen it? If the box here is 0, again is 0. If the box here is a 1, if the box here is 1, so mean that if this control line is a 1, right, we are selecting from this one, right? It means that it will be some kind of immediate value plus the PC. It's as simple as that. Now, if the mux, so now if the mux here, is a 1, perfect. So here, we have mem to register, right? It's our control line, and then the that line can be 1 or a 0, right? So if it is a 1, what does that mean? Yeah. Now, look at how it works. So if mem to radiate is a 1, right? A fix, you see that it's taken from here. It's taking our data from the memory. You see that the memory is connected to the one here, right? And then it will take from the memory and then it will store it to the register. Understood? If it is a 0, what happens? The ALU. Right? So it means that so if you mean that 1 is 1, so mean that for this one we can do load from memory or storage a value from the ALU to the register file. You see how simple it is? Understood? Do you understand? So that is how we actually generate our register, or that's how we generate the controls for each of the data path. So we know that we have mem write, and then all of these ones are just 1 bit, 1 bit, 1 bit. So if the mem write is 0, what happens? We don't write to memory. Simple like that. If the mem write is 1, what happens? Write to memory. If the mem read is 0, what happens? You carry. If it's 1, what happens? You see how simple that? Simple stuff. Now here, if A source is 1, what happens? ALU source is 1. Just look at the diagram. It's all about paying attention to the diagram. This system now controls this signals. So if it's a 1, what happens?
If it's the one, then you need the value that pass through.
If it's a 0,
The register will pass.
simple as that, right? So if the red right is 1, what happens?
So wait, wait, wait.
The amount that you write the register.
So the mock
Wait.
before the year now, if it is 1, there are 2 arrows that can
There are 2. Wait. So it's all about paying attention to the diagram. Understood? Shall I continue? Do we understand? And so this is coming in the exam. Okay, so now we are almost done with that. So this is the entire control. The entire control is here, and then that control is added to the data map, and then we know what each of the control signals that do. So we can actually break it down like this, right? In case you are doing an R format instruction, the ALU source must be 0, the memory rate must be 0, write must be 1, and so on and so forth, right? Are we okay with this? Now you must go and sit down. They actually try to just figure it out. So it is just all right. So we are almost done. This ones I've just actually already explained this one. How to add, how to subtract, and then how the information flow from one register to another. And then this is the output of the control signals. How they are actually generated to can be seen here. So now we go to the codes for each of the components. So quickly, I'm going to go through it quickly, right? So this is the ALU. Pay attention. This is the ALU. This is what you are going to be designing, or this is what you are going to actually modify for your mission, right? So this is the ALU. You guys know what the ALU does. I said the ALU does add or add, and then what? Subtract. Then the ALU has inputs. ALU control. It has the AV for the values. The AV. It has the output. ALU out. And then I said we have the 06. Masa. Why? Right? So this is the regular code for the ALU. Very, very simple. If in case you were paying attention and you read a little bit, you would have known that you can design this one on your own, just some seconds to do that.
It's not easy like that.
Yeah, it's easy, what's that? That means that your brain's there. Right? Okay, so now we are doing 4 operations and or extra, so that's what we have there. And then so now you can see that you have the and here. You have the or here, plus, minus, isn't it? And then all of this, the and, the or, the plus, or the minus, depends on the ALU control. Right, so based on this ALU control, that 4 bits we are going to generate. And so we are going to generate some 4 bits. So that is what is controlling or selecting each function of the ALU. And I should. Do you understand? So I've done that, and I wrote a test bench for you guys also. A very simple test bench to test. The first one is we are testing for if A is 20, B is 30. That's not 30, right? What will be the output of the ALU based on the ALU control 000. Right, it's as simple as that. So you can write your test bench, and then so this is the test bench. So The first one being that we have the value A is 20, B is 30, and then we are doing A and B. A and B is 20. Right? And then we see that the LU control there is 0000, as you can see on top. Have you seen the LU control? 4 base 0 control. 0000 is AND. So this A and B is simple. Simple, right? Just basics. Everyone.
Then let us do our thing binary.
Whatever you do. So now, the next one is the ALU control. How to generate those orbits here? We're very simple again. We are just using the table here as our inputs, right? So as you can see, I said that the LU operation depends on our LU operation, LU of 2 bits here. It depends on the from 7-bit field and the constraint field, right? So on top here, you can see that we have case LU of 2 bits, right? And then we have the constraint field, which is 7 bits. And then we have the constraint field. So if it is 12 bits of 0, 0, you see X, the value is what? 0, 0, 1. Simple as that. Just hard code this one into this one. Understood? We are just hard coding. We are just looking at this one and then we are just putting in those codes there. That's easy as that. There's nothing to it. Shall I continue? So that is for the where do you understand? Hurry up. This one. From this, I said that. So now we are just going to put this one. It has been reached already. You can see it. Just put it. Right? What are we doing? We are using LU of from 7 from 3 as our inputs. And then we are generating this one. We are generating 0010, 00011. We are generating this. Right? Based on this our inputs. LU of from 7 from 3. From 7 is 7 bits. From 3 is 7 bits. LU of is 2 bits. So I guess that means say case X. The case X just means that it accepts input 1, 0, and then they don't care which X. So case X, LU of 2 bits, you're seeing it, LU of 2 bits. 1 is to 0. From 7, from 7, 6 is to 0. This is what? 7 bits, right? From 3 bits. So case that. So once I add all this up, I know that this is 4 bits. Right? So my first one is I'm going to add all this one. So 12 bits binary 0, 0, just look at it. 0, 0, yes, the first one. 0, 0, X. Right? The LU control is equals to 0010. Yeah. 0010. Simple. The next one is this one. Right? Huh?
X is don't get right.
Yeah, we don't care about it. Your choice. Which other way you want to do it?
I have a question.
Yeah.
If X is not given, it can be 1 or 0. We don't care about
Yeah,
it.
we don't. It doesn't
So
matter.
assuming in the second line, the first X inside has to be 1, 1.
Which one?
The second 2, 0, 1. Where they have X1, but they get it.
Say, I think you can give us the table that we should have. If you give us the table that we should have,
This
we might use it next time.
is the table.
So I think we should use the policy instead of using X in the
No. You see that they are using from 7 here. They are using from 7 every right? Now, if you wanted, right, you could have used the actual value that was here. The actual value given to you. It's your choice, but because we don't care about it, right? So all we care about for this one, all we cared about was just the first 2 bits. That's why we just 0, 0. That's all we cared about.
So why the mix? So So you can choose to use 0 or 1.
Why will you use 0 or 1?
Because
In your view, why will you use 0?
in
The reason why we use
anything,
0 1 is because here we have here we have three steps. We have add step and then function, then function. So if you take, you know that the add and the subtract they are constant. You see 0 0, you know that you add you do 0 and you do stuff.
Okay.
But in the branch you do 0. But if you have 1 0, that means you have to go to our function and function. So I think anyway we have to go to our function and function. Let's just put 0 there so that you have 1 0 1 0. The best might be.
Am I confused? Who?
So because somebody is struggling to understand, we see the one is x report. But if the person is 1 is 0 instead of 1 is 0.
You see, we are getting an input, right? The that input will not be x x x x, right? That input is will be function 7. The function 7 will have an actual value. Probably it will be 0, 1, 0, 0, whatever, 7 bit. And then the function 3 will also have a value. So if you say you want to hard code all of these values, you're going to take a very long time. So why don't you, because you don't care about this function 7 and then function 3, why don't you just care about the first two, which is the value of once is 0 1, the rest of it you don't care about. If not you will have to code function 7 must be 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0. You must hard code all.
that's what we are looking at. That one, the thing here, that's the only part we have. So it's like, look at that one, 2 bits. That one, we look at it, only caring about concept. So the AOE box, I don't understand why
If that's the case that we should rather be the concept we should have 1 0 and 1 1. To trigger the concept.
Okay. Let me show you something. So why why there was an x1? Right now, pay attention to this. Right? This is 0 0, right? Wow. No. Look at this. Zero zero means that you can become 2 numbers. 0 0 0 0. So it means that you need this entire 0 0 0 0 to be able to perform something, right? Now, look at this one. Big, right? And then look at everything here, right? If here is 0, the here is 1, it means big. Now, if the last bit, you get here. If the last bit is 1, what is happening? Immediately, the last bit is 1, you don't care about it, but it will be a big. Have you seen it? Look at the big. The big is the only one that the last bit is 1. All the rest is 0 0 0. Why don't you just say 1 is don't care here? Once it's don't care here, you are being big. That's why it's your choice. Again, it's your choice.
According to what you said, by the other diagram, we have 1 and x for the add and subtract. The other diagram, 1 x 1 x 1 x.
It's your choice. That's what I've decided to do. So if you can think about any way of doing it simpler, you'll get more marks. So go sit down and look at it and do it on your own. Okay, so and I gave, please pay attention. I gave the test bench for the LAU. I gave the test bench for the LAU what control, and then I actually explained from each field. I generated a waveform, explain everything, so you can go through it on your own. And then I gave the code for the actual LAU control. Like I said, it takes instructions and then it gives out some signals, right? Some control signals. I've done that already for you guys, right? You can go through it and see how it works. I've done the test bench for you. I've explained in the test bench what is happening. So this is what you're going to be doing for me, right? And then I did for the immediate. So all of these are individual components. I did for the immediate. The immediate, there's a big issue with the immediate here. If anybody can see it, then the person can get some extra marks from here. There's a very big issue with the immediate. I mean, in the code. Have you seen the issue with the code with the immediate? There are some issues with the code. So go and see there. Okay.
So the instruction. This 30 is 0. I think it should be 30. 31 is 0.
What?
It should be 31 is 0.
The what?
The instruction. The one in the middle.
Where? Show me.
Instruction 30 is 0. It should be instruction 31 is 0.
No. It has not. What should we call it? So here, what do you understand by the code here?
If the instruction is 30, use the first one, what else, use that one. If it is one, use this one. If it is two, use this. If it is not 30.
So now, if it is true, let's say you accept the last and the one, the number is a negative number. We are going to extend, right? So the first one is you keep that first one, the one, and then what? Because there are some noise, sometimes I just talking about it. Even though your brains are there, but your mouth there. With all due respect again, sorry. Okay, so I was saying that, right? We take the first, we check because we are doing sign extension. If the number is negative, right, we do 11111. We extend the what? MSB by 111, and then that number comes. If the number is positive, it means that one will be 0. It will be 000 then whatever. But from this code, it's not doing exactly that, right? So what is it doing? And then again, it should not take the entire 32 bits, as I said, right? It's taking like only 12 bits. But what this code is doing is that it checks the MSB. That is fine. And then it does 1. If the MSB is 1, it does 1, then it gives bit decimal 0. So it is 1 0 32 bits before it gives the entire 30 bits the number. Right? Have you seen it? If it's a 0, right? What does it do? It takes 32 bits of 0 up to 32, and then it gives the actual number 31 into 0. That's what this code is doing. But it should not be doing this. How should we do it? Can anybody guess?
Check for the MSB.
Yeah, of course. It's checking for it.
After that has finished checking, we should rather extend it to 4 things instead of the 32, and then add the rest.
Yeah, of course. So how will you write it in the code? So go and figure it on your own.
Right?
If you do this, in case you do this, it will be wrong, right? So now I gave the test bench for the immediate field also, and then I explained the test bench, but it is actually wrong. So wait, to trick you small. Suffering for you're not reading, that's why. So it means that in case I guess trick you small than 0. So it means that I must bring dito. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. I must bring 1 plus. In case I do 1 plus 2 now, then equal to 0. Okay, I hear. That is brain dead knowledge. Okay. So this is the register file. How you design the register file is all here. It's all here, right? Have you seen it? Look at it. So we have, please pay attention. We have 2 outputs for read. We have one input to write to, right? So the code is here. We have read ref data 1 register, and then we give it the address for one of the ports. The other one is here. So this here is for reading. This here is for writing. You know that you have the writing code, right? You write it and then you give it the register, you give the address. The data will be written to that register. Understood? And then I gave the test bench again. So I've done everything for you. The test benches, the codes, and everything. All you have to do is just go through it and understand, right? And then reproduce these results and explain them. So it means that if you don't go through it and understand, that's why we just copy and paste again. Wait, I'm not done. And then this one is for the data memory, right? I've already explained that the code is here. So now, tell us. Okay, so this is the instruction memory. Now, very important. As I said, we are doing some kind of instructions, right? So for dead people who talk about to you, seriously, with all due respect. So now again, this is the instruction memory. We need to know it with some kind of instructions, and then we test it for ourselves, right? So we design, as I said, the instruction memory only has the address here, and then the data will come out. That's why we are only read address and the instruction. Simple as that. Now we come and say case, read address, and then we store some values within the instruction memory. So if you do leave is my 0, means that we are storing this value here. State will be value here within location 0. So and then for RISC 5, once you do 32 bits, finally 0, it means that we are doing a no operation. No operation in RISC 5. Now, in case I do, so here I'm storing in location 1. Right, I'm storing this value here. Take 2 0, and then store that, and then this will indicate that it's an AND. If in case you go through your this one, if you go through your whatever that if you go through your instruction format, right, you see that in case you write something like this, take 2 bits, and then this is output 0 1 1 0 0 1. Yeah, so I've done for and I've done for some for and store double way and then throw double way. So the difference is the instruction I've loaded into my instruction memory. Understood? And then wait. What?
The arrangement of the block of code in the house. You see like the way the diagram is. So we start with the instruction. Or any other way.
We do it.
And you see the way the diagram instruction counter. Is that how we should like write code or any now?
But so all of that, you have actually designed individual components. but after you must combine everything into one file. Then call each of the files into one. What? Oh, I've done that already. The 4-bit adder. Okay, so now, so this one, so after you've designed your individual components, you have tested to make sure that all the individual components work. You just combine them into a top model like a file like this, right? So just go through it, understand it. So this one, this file, this top model will combine or will call. It's like your main function in C. You design your main function, then you do function calls. It's just like this. So the most important thing is the PC. We didn't design what we use for the PC, right? So the PC is designed here. So we
Can we do that one too outside?
yeah, it's your choice. And then we combine everything: instruction memory, the main control, the registers, the ALU, and then the immediate generator, and then the ALU, the ALU, the data memory. Everything is combined. Then after that, I did a test bench, and then I actually tested all the instructions there to see whether it works. So that is all you are doing. That's what you guys must do. Now, I tested for the add instruction, and I saw that it was working all right. I tested for the subtract, the or, and then the and, the store double work, the load double work, and then all of that. Right? For your whatever. So you are doing. I did RB before, right? Now you are doing RB 32. So you must know what exactly to change to make it RB 32. It's very easy, and then add as much instructions as we can. It's in your file. It's in the file I sent to the GitHub. So add as much instruction. Not only these 7 instructions. So the more instructions you add, the more marks you get. So,
So the instructions are being exhausted.
huh?
You've exhausted the instructions.
I did only 7. There are about 100 of them. So, huh? Wait, well, we will be doing what? For the presentation of this one.